Hey guys, come with me to Birmingham. So this is just a little birthday vlog and I wanted to show you all what I got up to at a weekend in Birmingham because we booked so many fun things. We literally jam-packed everything into one weekend. Lots of food, lots of vibes, lots of cool activities, nothing too expensive as well because we didn't want to spend a bomb. So it's Saturday afternoon, and the first thing we decided to do was come to Dudley Canal and Tunnel Trust because I saw this place on TikTok and it looked kind of cool. The weather doesn't look amazing, but it was actually sunny, even though the clouds look quite gloomy. So it was the weather for it as well. Tickets were around £12.50 per person. And then I believe if you opt into gift aid, you get to come back and revisit whenever you want for free. When you first go in, there's all these facts on the wall and it's pretty cool. They even have a gift shop downstairs as well. But, we came for the main part, which is the boat ride. And first thing you gotta do is put these hard hats on just to protect your head because it gets kind of tight in the tunnel. So yeah, I've revealed the first thing that we did, which is a boat ride through Dudley's tunnels. I think you can see here that the weather definitely picked up from when I first started recording, but we weren't outside much. In fact, we pretty much went straight into the tunnels, but there was lots of beautiful greenery in between when we were going in and out of the tunnels. Like as you can see here, there's a whole network and a whole pathway of different tunnels. I think we should do a tunnel count because honestly, the amount of times I'm probably going to say that word is insane. So it's no speedboat, it's pretty much a canal boat and you go at a nice leisurely pace. They do say to bring a jacket even when it's warm outside because it can get kind of chilly. But actually, I was quite fine. It wasn't that cold. Also, for people thinking that they might be a bit claustrophobic, I am usually like claustrophobic and scared of heights, but I felt quite fine. As you can see, you're not in one long tunnel. You do come in and out of the network sometimes. And at some points, you come to this really nice, beautiful area. I mean, just look at this little haven. They call it Jurassic World because it pretty much looks like it. I was sort of sitting in the middle, so I had a really nice view and range of motion to get both sides. And yeah, it is absolutely stunning, especially when the light is just shining into the pool of water. I probably sound so geeky and nerdy, but I just really loved this experience because how many times are you going to be able to say that you've done something like this and you can see something like this, especially for £12.50. And the fact that you can bring children with you as well is really cool because I think it's such a nice learning experience for children and families. This is pretty much the scariest that it felt, and this is where I felt like the boat was the tightest, so you can judge by that whether you'd feel comfortable, I guess. There is always light and the rock is always illuminated because that's what they want you to see. We did stop around halfway to watch this mini movie, so they do try and make it interactive. It's not just staring at the tunnel the whole time. They even have this cool interactive display with like these figures building and showing you how they cut holes in tunnels. They have a light show as well halfway through. It was very factual. They had so many facts about the history of Dudley and the history of all these tunnels and how they mined the rocks and what ages people were. I really enjoyed the experience. Then we got super hungry and I headed to Chai Hort, which is on Stratford Road in Birmingham. I didn't know what to expect of this place. The decor was really nice, but it was also giving cafe vibes. The menu was really cheap as well, like £5 for a burger, £6 for a breakfast. So I was kind of thinking, is this going to live up to expectations? It was sort of reminding me of that cafe in The Apprentice that they all go to at the end when they've lost the challenge. So we decided to get one hot special burger and one spicy dip burger. We also got 2 mocktails. I think one was a Blue Lagoon and one was like a mango. These were really nice. They weren't just syrup, which mocktails usually are. So I did actually enjoy them. For the burgers, the hot special burger is this one. It's the one with 2 beef patties and a hash brown and lots of cheese. Got peri fries, and then this is the spicy dipped burger. So it's not Nashville chicken, it's more like grilled chicken, but dipped spicy. Loved these burgers, by the way. Absolutely loved them. I do recommend them. Didn't like the dessert though. That was too eggy. We had a bit of a palaver with the hotel because initially we were going to stay at another one, but the pool and spa actually closed at 5 o'clock, and we were literally about to check in. Well, you can only check in at 3. So by the time we were going to get there was like 4:30. So we wouldn't have had time to use the spa. That's the whole point we booked it. So I was like, why am I going to pay such a large amount of money for a spa hotel that I can't even use? So instead we just changed to this Holiday Inn because it was so much cheaper. And at the end of the day, we just needed somewhere to stay. This Holiday Inn actually had a pool itself, and it had a jacuzzi and also a gym. So it wasn't actually a bad downgrade as such. It's actually quite nice inside as well, like really clean and modern. It's the Birmingham Airport Holiday Inn hotel. So loads of guests come that are about to go on holiday, that kind of vibe. There's a really big lobby to chill in. There's even this outside area that you can take your snacks and lunch and drinks out to. So the weather was good, and in fact we were so busy we didn't even get time to just chill on the balcony. This was the standard room. I think we paid about £80, and it also came with breakfast, the booking did, but I forgot to change and take off the breakfast because we never eat it anyway. And I actually could have got an upgraded room instead of breakfast, but I didn't even notice what I was paying for at that point. I was just so stressed about getting a refund for another place and booking this place. The room, as you can see, decently sized. They managed to give us one that overlooks the airport, which doesn't really, kind of overlooks the car park, but it was fine either way. Unfortunately, the steam room was out of order, which I was so gutted about because I was really looking forward to using that. But they still had a nice sized pool and a jacuzzi at the back. The gym area was also decent, like had all the equipment you might want to use or need just for like one day in a hotel. And it does overlook the swimming pool as well. So in terms of facilities, I would say it's got a good amount of facilities for the cheap price that we were paying for it. They even had this fridge with free water bottles and a scale which we were using. They also have this really cool flight checker, so you can check what time your flight is going to, depart, and then we checked out. So Sunday, we decided to go to Double Juice firing range. They invited me back because the first time I went, I made a TikTok because I went for my friend's birthday, and that TikTok went pretty viral. So they invited me back for this birthday, and they gave us 2 free 1-hour sessions. It's super important to bring your ID because you have to sign this waiver. And if you don't have your ID, it can't go ahead. You have to have your physical ID for it. So we just waited in the lobby until our session started and then grabbed some goggles and ear mufflers. When I went with my friends, it was super quiet. We were pretty much like one group out of 2 groups that were doing it. But when I came this day, it was super busy. I wasn't expecting it to be this busy. I mean, was it because of my TikTok? I don't know. But yeah, it was busier than I expected. They have this little lounge area with a glass screen where you can look at the range, you can look at the firing range and watch. To be honest, we had about 1 hour, like I said. So you get a certain amount of bullets and then you get that time slot to use them. The group we were with actually managed to finish theirs in like 20 minutes. I think we only took 30 to 40 minutes for ours. So I would recommend going at a slow pace. I mean, when you first go, it's like really exciting. You just want to shoot and use all your bullets, but you're not supposed to do it like that. You're supposed to try and aim accurately, bring the target in, push the target back out, listen to the safety instructions, and do it all in like slow time. They even have extra rifles for hire. You can even buy extra ammo, and they probably do that because people tend to finish their ammo pretty fast. You can see my score sheet, which wasn't good. Then the last thing we did was go to this buffet called Umami World Kitchen Buffet. It's in Coventry city centre, so it was basically on the way back to Leicester from Dudley. First time I've seen a buffet do sushi. I didn't actually end up trying the sushi just because I was feeling more like Chinese food myself for this day. You can see how well the buffet looks though. It looks really well maintained, really clean. They had a load of Indian dishes. I mean, I eat a lot of Indian food at home, so I didn't think it was worth using some of my belly capacity on the Indian dishes. Instead, I wanted to go for some of this food, like the Chinese, which you're going to see a little later down the line. That was mainly just chicken nuggets and chips type of thing. So this was the Chinese food. So you had like sweet and sour chicken, duck pancakes, I think, spring rolls, different soups and salads. I actually could not even remember what was there because there was so much stuff. This is like the sweet and sour chicken and the different curries that you can put on the Chinese food. And then if you go round the corner, they have more of like an English food section as well. They have so much seating. I just wanted to show you guys that as well. Look how much seating they have. So I think it's good for like corporate events and birthdays and big parties. So yeah, the usual mac and cheeses and stuff like that. They had live cooking stations too, where they would cook prawns live or cook beef steak. So that was really cool. And then on top of that, they even had this Yorkshire pudding roast dinner section. They'd carve you the beef, and it was just really cool. Like, I've never seen a buffet like this. I was so surprised. Pizzas, of course you have to have pizzas at a buffet. The dessert section was impressive. They had a lot of different types of desserts. I did try a couple just to do a little bit of a taste test, even though I'm not that much of a dessert person, and they did taste literally as they're labelled. They tasted nice as what they were. They had fruit, they had whippy ice cream, they had a whole mocktail bar, but that was like on top. You had to pay extra for that. They had a popcorn machine and like rhubarb and custard type of dessert too. And the best thing was the chocolate fountain. Everybody loved this. We actually ended up dipping our ice creams in the chocolate fountain. Yes, that was delicious, I will say. Loads of sweets. You can imagine this was literally the kids' favourite section. I believe the buffet is like £22 per person. Oh, I didn't like those prawns that I put on my plate. I completely regretted that. I think you can tell yourself that they weren't the best. But I did like the other stuff. So just the standard noodles and chips and things like that. I'm not really a buffet person. Like, I'm not a massive foodie when it comes to loads of different food at once. I prefer to just have like one dish. But anyway, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed this vlog. We went home after this after having such an amazing weekend. Do let me know if you like this vlog style where I'm kind of voicing over and giving you information about stuff. I'm trying to do some really good vlogs for you guys, so give me feedback.